The video you are about to watch was made for entertainment purposes only. The views and opinions expressed in this video are those of the content creators themselves and should not be taken personally. So sit back and enjoy.
It'll be funny, it'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room. So everyone should tune in. It's going to be really great. I'm looking forward to hearing.
Yo, breaking fuck the news. Don't fuck on my sound, please, TikTok. Erica Kirk just did a walk by cry. Fuck, where's the sound? No. I can't do this shit. I can't. I'm done. I can't do this. I fucking can't do this.
Wait, is he going yet?
Why do you think this keeps happening to you?
Well, you know, I've studied assassinations, and I must tell you, the most impactful people, the people that do the most, you take a look at the people, Abraham Lincoln, I mean, you go through the people that have gone through this where they got them, but the people that do the most, the people that make the biggest impact, they're the ones that they go after. They don't go after the ones that don't do much because they like it that way. And when you look at the people that have either, whether it was an attempt or a successful attempt, they're very impactful people. Just take a look at the names there, the big names. And I hate to say I'm honored by that, but I've done a lot. We've done a lot. We've taken this country, and we were a laughing stock for years, and now we're the hottest country anywhere in the world. We've changed this country, and there are a lot of people that are not happy about that. So I think that's the answer, Peter.
This is a photo of the man who allegedly attempted to assassinate President Donald Trump. His name is Cole Allen. He posted this to his Instagram profile before it was deleted. Let's take a zoom into the logo on his sweatshirt. Does that look familiar? It does, doesn't it? It does. This whole thing was already sus, but like, come on.
So we're all on the same page that was fucking fake, right? Like, you heard what KK Caroline said before the dinner. Like, they just have a basement full of incels that they can just, like, grab and throw at him whenever his poll numbers get crazy low. Like, that's what's going on, right? And if it's not what's going on, quit fucking missing.
I'm sorry, what? You mean to tell me that they took Vance off of the stage before they got the president? How does that even make sense? Look at this. The lack of sense of urgency from the Secret Service says it all. But how are you going to tell me that somebody got past all of the security that was at that place? And then during his press conference, somehow or another, he manages to go ahead and make a plug for his ballroom. This is the most unserious administration on the planet. The way that he spoke at the White House is not that of a man that had just had an assassination attempt. If for no other reason, somebody please explain to me why they would take the vice president off the stage before they took the president. I mean, at least get your story straight and make it look believable. Like, what the fuck? And anybody that buys this is also believing what happened in Butler. I said what I said.
People don't believe Trump's assassination attempt and says they're staged.
Why?
After this attempt, Trump took to the stage saying, "This is exactly why we need to build my ballroom. I hate to say it, but after we build it, we'll have much better security." And he even had a speech prepared saying that the most impactful people in history always have assassination attempts run on them. This sounds completely unnatural to everybody listening to him. Like, he had this prepared because he did it with the first assassination attempt too.
He used that moment to push an agenda?
Yes, after the first assassination attempt where he was outside and a bullet apparently grazed his ear, he was actually predicted to lose the election allegedly. And people said it turned him into somewhat of a martyr as he stood up and yelled, "Fight, fight, fight," and a picture was taken with the flag lowered in the back. That's why when people saw it, they said, this must be a setup too.
Shouldn't he be using these moments to calm down the violence in this country instead of using it for his own advantage?
That's why nobody seems to believe it, whether it's true or not. Everything seems all the time, but this is just what people are saying. There's no actual evidence. But either way, Americans are calling him fake. Because before the event, Caroline Levitt said there will be some shots fired tonight, and her husband told someone else you need to be very safe. On top of that, the shooter had multiple rifles and magazines on him.
But what if it isn't fake?
Yeah, right. The majority of people seem to believe this is all a stunt. And they're actually very angry this happened, but not for the reasons you think it's nobody trusts the president anymore. 2020.
Donald Trump almost got assassinated again today, but that's not even the craziest thing that happened at the White House dinner. Erica Kirk showed up to the event with a date. Charlie Kirk hasn't even been dead for 7 months. Now, I understand everyone grieves differently, but hard launching with another guy 7 months after your husband's been assassinated is crazy. In some cultures, if your husband dies, the wife wears black for a year and she doesn't leave the house. Not Erica. She's hitting the dating scene, coming out to fireworks. It's just not normal. Honestly, poor Charlie Kirk. He's probably looking down, seeing his wife DEI hired another guy, and it hasn't even been a year. That's tough.
People really don't give a fuck about that pew-pewing. Every single video of the White House Correspondents' Dinner I've seen, the comments are like, anyways, I'm taking a shit. Anyways, I just farted. Like, those are the comments. That's so funny. It'll be like Erica Kirk being rushed out because she's crying, and the comments are like, anyways, guys, I passed the bar. Or like, it'll be like Donald Trump being rushed out. It's like, anyways, guys, I just tooted. That's hilarious.
Come with you. Run, mate. Someone getting at us. Oh my gosh. Someone call the ambulance? Call the ambulance. Call the ambulance. No, someone will be first and we'll be checked later.
Are we really supposed to sit here and believe this nigga just offed himself?
They're as serious as a heart attack. And if it wasn't for these universal laws, they would have taken me out.
I think they would have.
They've tried and tried and tried. I have been given threats directly from the Rothschilds 3 different times. They have actually had somebody that they could talk to.
Straw parties.
It's from them, through this person, to me, 3 times. Direct death threats from the Rothschilds. Shut up or we're going to take you out. And I'm still doing it.
You're still doing it.
Because what they really try to do is they try to lure you in with a honey trap that gets you to authorize your own. That's how it works.
But you need to be careful, and let me tell you why. We are being plagued with naturopathic doctors. That's happening all around the country, all around the planet these days. We have had biochemists. Stephen Quayle and I have talked about that for years.
Unbelievable. The 16th person, an Air Force veteran, would-be UFO whistleblower, passes of an accidental OD after agreeing to testify to Congress. It is being alleged that the former Air Force intelligence officer had agreed to testify before Congress about secret government UFO programs, and he passed away months before the hearings of an accidental OD. Matthew James Sullivan was only 39 years old. As a former Air Force intelligence officer, he was also allegedly a critical UFO witness. And now a documentary is supposed to come out alleging that there were a trove of leaked documents proving that U.S. labs where missing scientists worked were studying UFOs. This is all alleged, of course. The documentary alleges that U.S. government was secretly conducting UFO-related experiments for decades. Reporter Jeremy Corbell claims in the documentary Sleeping Dog that he received valuable classified documents from the son of deceased ex-cybersecurity chief at highly secretive New Mexico lab. Los Alamos National Lab, that is, founded by Robert Oppenheimer, had 2 former employees vanish without a trace within the last year. Anthony Chavez was last seen in May of 2025 when he disappeared while going on a walk. Like so many of the other missing scientists, he left both his wallet and key at home, and his body was not found despite weeks of searching. Other UFO whistleblowers have allegedly also faced threats to their safety after coming forward with world-shattering info. David Grush, who is also an Air Force and Intel community veteran, testified to Congress in 2023 that he had information about UFOs and non-human biologics, and he said that he received credible threats before his revelations to the American public. Matthew James Sullivan, age 39, passed in Falls Church, Virginia on May 12, 2024. Sullivan won a Bronze Star for valor during Operation Endure Freedom. According to a chief medical examiner, there was a combination of substances in the OD. Some of these substances are said to relax the nervous system and used to treat anxiety and bedwetting in children.
You cannot make this up. Donald Trump is getting canceled because his latest tax policy was released. And do you know who's not in it? Me and you. And the far right, the far left are coming together on this in agreement that his tax policy, whether he meant for it to be released or not, is absurd because the entire thing is about giving tax cuts to the extra wealthy and the corporations, okay? And this isn't even a joke. You can Google this, okay? You might think that Donald Trump gave tax cuts in like his first term, and if you thought so, great, good for you, but he's not even pretending to give tax cuts this time. He's being very clear about who's getting the money, and it is the Fortune 100. Are you ready for this? He wants to give $48 billion in annual tax cuts to the Fortune 100. That is $4.1 billion to the 5 largest Wall Street banks, $3.1 billion to the 5 largest drug makers, and $2.5 billion to 5 of the largest oil companies. Okay.
They would pay us nothing if they could. You know that, right? They would pay us nothing if they could. They will give us as little as we will accept from them. And they will keep whittling that amount down and down and down and down while we all get used to living with less and less and less. And it gets harder and harder and harder to survive till we are all fighting each other for the resources they are stealing from us. They will do it as long as we let them. They will pay us as little as they can. They will give us as little as they can. And they will keep taking our money and convincing us that to ask for anything in return for all of the money that we give them is asking for a handout. We'll stay down here fighting each other while they strip our planet of all of its resources, while they give all of our property to banks and corporations. They will do it as long as we let them get away with it.
So we're in Washington, D.C. right now. These are the famous reflecting pools where Trump is installing whatever the fuck this is. They're literally laying this like shitty blue covering on the entire reflecting pool to make it look like, I don't know, a fucking swimming pool at Mar-a-Lago. Make Trump feel more at home. Trump also posted this on Truth Social, which shows the new and old reflecting pools, except as you can see behind me, it ain't done. Also, like, they photoshopped it and didn't even change the clouds. So, make America waste money again. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah.
More surveillance coming our way. So it looks like as of 2027, they are starting to report that every new car will be required by law to have tech that puts constant surveillance over you, the driver. And if it in fact determines that you are doing something wrong or you're putting yourself in danger, it can literally stop the car. You know what happens when it does that? It causes more danger. So that's exactly what's going to happen here is we are doing just fine. We don't need your help, AI car technician surveillance. But if you think that we're doing something wrong, you can stop the car, causing more danger, causing you to maybe get stranded somewhere when there was really no problem at all. This surveillance stuff needs to stop. We are a free country, and I'm tired of the drones, and I'm tired of all the surveillance on our phones, on our devices, monitoring everything we're doing. Yet this administration is giving them more power. This administration is giving Larry Ellison power and Palantir power to continue to spy on us, to continue to collect our data for their own purposes. Do you want to know why I'm mad at Trump? That's one of the many reasons.
Politicians should live on minimum wage and not have health care, and they should not have congressional pensions that allow them to amass wealth from taxpayers. If the American people ever understood the congressional pension system, they'd have pitchforks and torches and be storming the Congress right now.
I bet you the minimum wage would jump up quite a lot if they had minimum wage.
If I were a billionaire, I would help so many people. No, you wouldn't. The kind of person whose first instinct is to help others is not the kind of person who accumulates $1 billion. To hoard wealth like a dragon requires, at its best, an amoral sense of ethics, if not a downright immoral one. That impulse to hoard and collect doesn't exist inside the same person who is kind and caring and empathetic. I love the impulse because we do want to help others. But to get to $1 billion, that's not the kind of person you would be.
Excuse me, is this for 407? Huh? 407.
Yes, 1 second.
Is you on there? Your Honor, I'm sorry to interrupt, but these are the morning cases. Of course, about to start.
I know. Okay, I thought I had 10 minutes. Go ahead and exit.
I mean, had everybody come in?
No. Give me 10 minutes, please.
I'm sorry, what? The White House Correspondents' Dinner. You mean the one that's tonight? No. I understand why you need this to happen. His numbers are tanking, people are talking about Epstein again, and the whole Strait of Hormuz debacle is just blowing up in his face. My question is, why are you asking for this now? I cannot throw something together in a couple of hours, okay? This is a carefully planned piece of staged political intrigue, not a dinner party for an 8th grade graduation. I know it worked in 2024. You know why it worked in 2024? Because I had time to make it work. I had time to teach the Secret Service choreography. I had time to set up that little fist photo op thing, and I had time to give the president a little vial of fake blood and instruct him on how to put it on his ear in a somewhat believable fashion. And believe me, that last bit was actually the hardest thing of the whole debacle. All it was dab, 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 then come up. Dab, 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 then come up. And it took him 3 hours to get it right. 6 months of planning. And you want me to do this in... Where is my watch? I'm starting to think you guys go to this well a little too much. You had the one in Pennsylvania in 2024, then another one on a golf course a few months later, and now this? Fellas, this is not like using your dead grandmother in order to get out of a math test, all right? We're dealing with severely diminishing returns. Fine, you can send me over a copy of the president's jokes, but I'm telling you, it's not going to make this go any smooth. Oh.
The faces kids make when they've just pulled off a prank.
I am waiting for him to fake his own death, then to resurrect after 3 days to convince you that he's Jesus.